you want to acknowledge or not, I have been doing a darn good job. And we just can't live in this alternate reality. I'm a black man, that's the mayor. But my story has been interpreted by people that don't look like me. We got to be honest about that. How many blacks are in the editorial boards? How many blacks are determining how these stories are being written? How many Asians? How many East Indians? How many South Asians? Everybody talks about my government being diversified. What's the diversification in the newsrooms?
Mayor even warned that if coverage he doesn't like continues, he may stop taking questions altogether. But remember, it was only a couple of weeks ago that a resurfaced video from the campaign showed Adams calling his white colleagues at the NYPD crackers, for which he was forced to apologize. Take a look.
Every day in the police department, I kicked those crackers' ass, man. I was unbelievable in the police department when you keep 100 blacks in law enforcement. Became a sergeant, a lieutenant, and a captain. You know the stories.
Here with reaction, Leo 2.0 Terrell and former New York City mayoral candidate Curtis Sliwa. Crime, by the way, is up a lot in the city. Leo, let me start with you. You hear the remarks. He's only a little over a month into this job. He's like 6 weeks in. And if he's that angry at the press now, wait till he's 2 years in, because it usually only gets tougher for New York mayors.
I want to be very clear. I hope Adams is watching. Adams is a failure. He said he's done a good job. He's a failure. He talks a good game, but he has done nothing. If he was really serious, he would start working with Republicans, conservatives, and Democrats, and primary those Democrats who are soft on crime. He refused to call out Democrats by their first and last name because he puts party first over the city of New York and the citizens. He plays the race card, and whenever Democrats play the race card, they are failing, and he's failing at his job. I want to be very clear, Sean. He is a black mayor. He has a black police chief. He has a black district attorney. Where's the racism? He picked the reporters. He is the Lori Lightfoot on steroids because he is playing race to chill objectivity with the crime scene in New York. Reporters keep reporting on his failures because he is a complete failure. What, he was a black reporter? Okay, I'll go report. I'll ask the same question. I'm sick. America is sick and tired, Sean Hannity, of Democrats who fail at their jobs, especially Democratic mayors like him and Lori Lightfoot, when crime is abundant, of playing the race card. Don't buy it.
Curtis, you ran on a platform to refund, not defund, refund the police. They cut, $1 billion from the NYPD budget. You did as well as any Republican can do. I give you a lot of credit. You went in the arena in a city that Democrats outnumber Republicans 9-1. You got nearly, 36 or 7% of the vote. That's a great showing, actually. You hear the mayor. Crime is up dramatically. You're following it every day.
Yep. And Sean, I warned you all. Remember, I warned you. He played the race card.
I don't live there, so I can't vote in the city. But go ahead.
Right. But he called me a racist, and I lead a group of predominantly black and Hispanic members of the Guardian Angels. He called Andrew Yang a racist. He told those whites, those hipsters and millennials, to go back to Iowa. He called the police officers crackers. And the white media then embraced him, called him the new face of the Democratic Party. They didn't support the white candidate, me. They all supported him. And now he doesn't like critical coverage because it's not Pravda, it's not propaganda from City Hall. So he turns on them and plays the race card. Soon, he took the white money from Wall Street, from the hedge fund managers, from the guys who have crypto. Is he going to give back that white money? Because that white money empowered him to become the second black mayor in the city of New York. And it's all about race with him. It's always been that way. He was a supporter of Farrakhan in the 90s. Trace his roots. I said this during the campaign. People ignored me. Guess what? You're stuck with him, and higher crime now than we had in the 8 years of de Blasio.
I'm looking at this, and this is a phenomenon, and this transcends race. But Democratic-run cities, Leo, that have been run by Democrats for decades, Democratic blue states that have run by Democrats for decades. They don't have law and order, they don't have good schools, and, you know, then you get the blame game. Whatever it happens to be, often it's the race card.
I'm asking every American to look at New York City and Chicago, minority-run cities, and they play the race card more than anyone else. When they are failing, they play the race card. And what they're trying to do is chill objective reporting. New York City is crime-ridden. And I'll sit here and say this, that black Americans have to understand that these individuals don't represent them. They represent themselves, and they have placed themselves and the Democratic Party ahead of what's in the best interest of New Yorkers and people who live in Chicago. This is ridiculous, Sean. This race card has to end now.
Last 15 seconds, Curtis.
He's into nightlife, Eric Adams. He gets wine-dined in pocket line. Eric, come back to the streets. Come into the subways with Curtis Lewa. I'll show you how to fight crime and save New York City. Even if they didn't elect me, I know the way because I've done it before for 43 years, Sean.
Refund the police. Start there. Curtis, thank you. Leo, thank you.